This is going to be that highlighter palette video that I was talking about, I think like 2 videos ago. I got 4 of the new holiday highlighter palettes that came out, and then also I got the new Becca Rose Quartz highlighter, so I thought I might as well throw that in here and swatch it and kind of compare it to some other things as well. Hourglass did come out with their ambient lighting palette in Surreal Light, which some may consider a highlighting palette, and I did a full video on that one, which I'll link down below if you're interested in that. I'll go ahead and start off with the Laura Mercier Fall in Love Face Illuminator collection, and this has got 4 of her new gelée highlighters in it, and it's $58 for 4 times 3.3 grams of product, and a full size of the illuminator is 9 grams at $44. The packaging on here is kind of like a leopard type of print, and then inside you do have a mirror, and then there are your 4 highlighters. This particular formula is that gelée, like that baked gelée type formula, or like MAC in extra dimension type of formula, and some of these, like this one in particular, is very similar to the Dior spring highlighter that came out, which I happen to really love, and I do have this one in a full size. It's in the shade Devotion. So you've got Indiscretion, Addiction, Devotion, and Seduction. And I already knew that I liked Devotion, and so I wanted to toy around with these. I think that these ones are all going to make beautiful eyeshadows as well, but I used this one today to bronze up my face, and I thought it might be a little bit too shiny for a bronzer, but it kind of worked out really nice. It left the skin with a nice sheen to it, but it wasn't like overly shiny. Like the Devotion one is what I got on the top of my cheekbones, with a little something else on over the top of it, but this is quite shiny on the top of my cheekbones, and the bronzer, I mean, I don't think it's too shiny. I put it up across my forehead and the back of my cheekbones, and it just kind of blended really nicely into my skin. And then to show you guys a size difference, here mine is I use it quite a bit. Here's a full size in the shade Devotion, and then here's the palette. So you can see there is a pretty significant size difference between the full size and the shades that are inside of this palette. You don't get a whole load of product in this guy, but it's definitely a good one if you want to try all of her new highlighter shades, and then also it'd be a really travel friendly one. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch them. This one's kind of a beige. This one's got more of a gold to it. So that one is Indiscretion, and that one is Addiction. And then the bottom 2 is Devotion and Seduction, which I do have both of these products on my face today. See, it looks quite shiny, that Devotion, or the Seduction shade, but it kind of blended nicely into my skin. So I've got both of those guys on today. Let's like buff this out a little bit once. You guys can kind of see. It's a really pretty color. So that's the Fall in Love Illuminator collection from Laura Mercier. This next one is the Stila Starlight Starbright highlighting palette, and in here you've got a half a gram of product, a total of 14 grams. It's housed in plastic packaging, which I do like, and then you've got your 3 highlighters in there. And I went to use this guy today, and I put a brush in it, and I was like, hey, wait a minute, because I haven't swatched these or anything yet, and these are a cream, like, you know, like those Maybelline bouncy blushes. They have that type of a texture. Like, I can push on this and it like let's see if you guys can see the dent. See, it like goes inwards. Whoops. But I didn't get any product on my brush, and then I definitely didn't get any product on the skin, so I was quite disappointed with that, especially since I had went in thinking that these were powders and I thought I was gonna just love this one. And from what I'd seen on, I think Instagram, they're going to be coming out with these in full sizes soon, but I was just kind of let down. So this is Transcendence, this one is Kitten, and this one is Bronze. So like I went around quite a few times, and like the pink one, I'm just not feeling these. I feel like they're quite sheer, and then if I can't pick them up on a brush, you know, that's just kind of a bummer for me, because I really like to use a brush. And these really have a slick feeling to them, and I just looked on the ingredients list, and the #1 ingredient is dimethicone, and it also has silica in it. So if you're into like cream products and a really like more sheer type of a highlighter, you might like these, but I'm just not feeling this particular palette. But that is what she looks like. Like, see, it's like a putty. It reminds me of the bouncy blushes. The Stila palette was $39, and I did purchase all of these palettes off of the Sephora website. This next one is from Bobbi Brown and is the Bobbi to Glow Shimmer Brick palette. It's got a nice hard casing to it and 3 highlighters in there. There's gold, bronze, and wild rose. And I have very slim experience with the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Bricks. I have 2 that were both limited edition, and I like both of those. And the texture and feel of those ones is very similar to these ones, so I don't think this palette is lacking in quality in terms of Bobbi Brown's Shimmer Bricks. The amount of product that you get in each one of these is 5 grams, and a full-size Bobbi Brown highlighter is 10.3 grams of product. So these are roughly half the size of a full size, and this was $69. And a full-size Shimmer Brick retails for $46. So let me go ahead and give you guys some swatches. This one is gold. It is very gold. The name suits. This one's bronze, which again, it's bronze. And I might use this one kind of how I use the bronze shade in the Laura Mercier palette to see how it works out, because that one really looked nice. So I think this one might look nice as well as a bronzer on me. And then this one right here is Wild Rose, and I'll use that one probably as a blush shade. So you got gold, bronze, and wild rose. And then for a comparison, this one here is a full size in Sunset Pink. And I'll go ahead and swatch this guy next to the others as well. So here is Sunset Pink. And then the other Shimmer Brick I have is just in the shade Pink, which this is more like a highlighter shade for me. Swatch that one right there. So these 3 are the ones that are in the palette, and then this is Sunset Pink and Pink if you happen to have those already in your collection, but those are the only 2 that I have. So I'm excited to play with this guy because I haven't really played with a ton of Bobbi Brown's Shimmer Bricks. This next one is by Urban Decay, and it's the Urban Decay Naked Illuminating Trio. Again, with Urban Decay's designs, they've got really pretty packaging. It would be nicer if it was in plastic, however. This palette was $36 off the Sephora website, and the amount of product in here, each one is 0.08 ounces a piece. And a full size of the Naked Illuminator is 0.2 ounces. So these are less than half the amount of a full size. And a full size illuminator, I believe, is $32. So here is the inside. And this does come with a cute little synthetic double-ended brush as well. And then I do have this guy dusted on top of Devotion on the top of my cheeks. Now these, some might refer to them as a glitter bomb. For one, I really like a shiny glittery top cheek every now and again. Especially during the holidays, I like to be glittery. But if you don't like glitter, you're not gonna like these. And these are the same type of formula as their full-size ones, so if you've ever tried one of those and didn't like it, you won't like this either. These are also all new shades. So you've got Pyrite, Oasis, and Twilight. And I'm gonna go ahead and swatch all of these, and then I'm gonna swatch the 3 full-size ones that I have in comparison for you guys. But I love this one. I would totally buy that one if it was in a larger size. It's got like a pinkiness to it. Again, these are like more glittery. Like when I do use these, I use them more as a topping over a different one to put the glitter on there, but they don't pack a ton, like a massive ton of pigmentation. Here's a size comparison for you before I go ahead and swatch the large ones, so you can see that these guys are quite a bit larger than the ones in the palette. So this is the shade in Lit, which I believe is a little bit more golden, like goldeny than that one, and it appears to have a bit more pigmentation than these guys. This one is Aura. And then my personal favorite, this is the original one. It doesn't like have its own specific name. I think it does now, but at the time when they first came out with just this one, it didn't. And this one, again, I use as a topper. It's very like shiny and glittery. So the top 3 are from the palette, and then the bottom 3 are the individuals. I hope those are picking up. Some of them are quite sheer in terms of color. So those are all the highlighting palettes. Now this next product is Becca's new Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Rose Quartz. And I've worn this a few times, and it, by itself, it really looks natural on my skin, like, because it's got a pink undertone to it. It kind of just melds right into my skin. I've been mixing it in with the Pearl highlighter to get a little bit more brightness, but on its own, it, like, on my particular skin tone, it just really looks natural. And the packaging, you guys, the packaging on this is so pretty. It's like a pink, gold, pinky color. But that's the shade right there. As you can see, it's got a nice pink undertone. It's really, really beautiful. And then for comparison purposes, I will swatch it next to Pearl, Becca's Pearl, which I absolutely love. There's Pearl. And then here, this is, I mix them together sometimes, so that's the mixed together effect. And then I'll also swatch it next to Becca's Moonstone, which is a much more yellow toned version. I forgot I do have Becca's Champagne Pop. This one is the splits. I have the full size, but it seems to have run off. Probably with the glue, the lash glue. So here's Champagne Pop, which is more peachy. Where's that other one? Here we go. Hopefully that is picking up. So the very top is the new one, Pink Quartz. Then you've got Pearl. They're kind of mixed together right there. Then you've got Moonstone, and then there is Champagne Pop. Those are all the new highlighter products that I've picked up recently. I hope you guys found that helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.